Okay, kids, I am not a YouTuber, but I figured I'd help post a video here. I want to take these louvers off of the R8 so I can paint them black, because whoever decided to do them in silver was stupid. So you can see I've put the top up and then left it up. I shouldn't say the top is down, which is right there, as you can see. But they're these Torx. I believe that they're, what size are they? I think they're like 20 or 25. Sizing doesn't matter, because if you don't have the correct size, it's not gonna work. But I believe they're T20s. But there's two more of these that are up underneath this little flapper actuator thingy. And apparently you need to take that down, and you're supposed to, apparently, according to the R8 forum, you're supposed to push the roof button down for 5 seconds. That is supposedly putting it into maintenance mode. I don't know what that does, and if I screw it all up, then as far as I know, I'm doing this in the garage, or in the driveway instead of the garage, because my other car's in the garage. So my luck, this thing will get completely deactivated. I won't be able to start it. I won't be able to put it in the garage if I had to, just in case it rains. But there's apparently, there's a little switch up on here. Where is it? Where are you, you little flipping switch? I think that's it right there, behind there. That little switch can get damaged, I guess, pretty easily. So at any rate, you gotta take the flapper mechanism off to access the front two Torx screws to get the vents off. And I haven't even tried to get these off yet. I noticed that there's one screw here and there's one here, but on the other side you've got the filler cap in the way, so you can't get a tool in there. At least probably not very easily, so I'm gonna have to probably put the hood up. I probably should have done this in reverse. If I had to advise anyone, I would probably take those out first, probably by putting the hood up, which is a lever behind the driver's seat. And I will post another video where I'm not a YouTuber, like I said, or I'll snip it together and try and make a complete video about removing the louvers. But the only other advice, I'm a general contractor, and we have a tendency to use more power than needed when removing things. Fortunately, I was a car guy before that. I can tell you, don't use power tools to try and remove any of these screws. This stuff is really delicate. Just use hand tools, ratchets, etc. And go to the hardware store and get yourself some Torx, a 3/8 driver and a 1/4 inch driver, and you should be able to do the whole job. Okay, all right, here we go. I got the flapper thing. It said to not let it hang. There's not enough slack in there, so it's hanging by this piece of metal that goes up into there, and that seems to be holding it. But there are Torx straps. I don't know, you probably can't see it, but there it is. There's a Torx strap there. Can't find the other one yet, but that's where they are. By the way, I depressed the button in the, you know, that one down there for 5 seconds with the key in the ignition, not in the on position, but off, and it didn't seem to do anything. So maybe this thing will work when I'm done, maybe it won't. See, I was able to get this off. This thing is still just kind of dangling here. This screw was a real bitch. You kind of had to do it by feel. And I'm not gonna lie, I got dumb lucky when it let go. It fell right into my fingertip instead of going down in the engine compartment. So I probably will put some plastic over the other side so I don't lose any hardware. Just a tip. And I'm gonna put some loose bolts into this thing to just get it back up so that it's not dangling there. As you can see, Get a little smarter on this side. It is still hanging there, but that's fine, but this time I have a towel. Catch any loose bolts. All right, ladies and gentlemen, louvers have been removed. As you can see, clearly the top went back up, which is really good. The hood, just pop that open, and the screws for these two louvers are easily accessible. Just be careful not to drop them down into the engine bay, but otherwise they are pretty easy to get to. It's just the hood latch is back here, and the key has to be in the ignition, and I believe in the on position. And here, these are ready to take over to the paint shop. I thought about doing them myself, but given that these are like 1,500 bucks, I don't want to screw them up. I tried taking these off. It didn't really work. Let me explain why. It looks like these little pieces, it's kind of press fit, or maybe even glued a little bit. So we're just gonna leave them alone. We're just gonna paint them that way, and they should be fine. It's probably better off anyway that the plastic underneath here be gloss black as well. So anyway, that's the little project of how to remove the louvers on an R8 V10 Spyder, although it should be the same on a V8, I would think, but you never know. But that's it. Thanks for tuning into the channel. Like I said, I'm not a YouTuber, so this isn't really a channel, more as a how-to. Maybe I'll put up more videos of this car. If you'd like to see more videos of the R8 V10 in action, this car is this is kind of a rare car. It's a Stasis Challenge Extreme car. It's number 4 in a run of about 50. You can see on the dash over there. R004. This is a supercharged V10. So it's 710 horsepower, although I run 100 octane fuel in it, so it's probably running more like 730 horsepower. So if you want to see more of this car in action, let me know what you think down below, and stuff, and subscribe and hit buttons and do whatever you do and like this stuff. Peace out.